Good afternoon, good day, good evening, good morning to whoever is watching this video feed from wherever you're watching it across the globe. In this video, I want to show you in a few steps how you can get to load your ULTIMA token farm. In case you bought an ULTIMA token farm, how do you get to load it with ULTIMA tokens from your COINSBIT account? This is, for instance, a COINSBIT account. Now I'm going to show you in a few steps what it takes as a procedure for you to make that happen. So assuming that you're already logged into your COINSBIT account, this is it. For instance, I'm using a laptop, probably you might be logging into the account using your smartphone, whichever gadget you're using. Now, for the context of this video, I'm going to be making use of this laptop, as you can see. So once the account is open, what do? From here, I simply move to the section wallets and I click on balance. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to generate an address into which I'm going to pay in USDTs, because I'm going to make use of the USDTs to be able to buy the ULTIMA tokens. Now, once it gets displayed, once I see this window, this one is actually showing a couple of coins that this particular account actually is hosting at the moment. So this is the option for USDT. So what do? I simply move across, I click on deposit. Once I click on deposit, it's going to display this information here. Now I need to precise the blockchain through which I need the USDTs to be transferred to me or into my account, or the blockchain through which I have to transfer the USDTs into this COINSBIT account. So once I click here, I have three different blockchains. You have the ERC20, you have TRC20, and of course you have a BEP20. So I'm going to choose this one, TRC20, which I strongly advise everyone to be using because its transaction fees are extremely very low. Once I do this, I'm going to have a QR code displayed under which I'm going to find an address. This is the address into which I'm supposed to pay the quantity of USDTs I really want to make use of to buy the ULTIMA tokens. So once I click on this, what do? I simply transfer it probably to somebody. Maybe I'm sending it across to somebody who has to send the USDTs to me, maybe from the person's Binance account or whichever account. So I've copied this address. I need to forward it to the person for the person to send me the USDTs, which I'm supposed to receive through the Tron blockchain. That's why I choose this blockchain network system, which is the TRC20. Now, assuming that the person has collected my address and has forwarded the coins already to me, through this address, how do I check that? I simply go to wallets. I click on wallet. Once I click on wallet, okay, I'm going to have this particular screen appear to me again. Now I go under USDTs. I choose the option USDTs. Now here, you can see 105 point something dollars. Assuming that the person had done a transfer, and then I would have seen that amount of money, or that amount in terms of USDTs, indicated here, or in terms of dollars, sorry, indicated right here. But for the purpose of this simulation, this is an amount in dollars which is already present in this account. So I want to make use of this USDTs to purchase ULTIMA tokens. So from here, what do? I simply come over here where it's written buy crypto, and I choose either this first option or the second option. Either I'm going with pro spot trading or I'm going with classic spot trading, either of them. So if I choose the first one, for instance, this is what happens. It takes me to this window. Now, these graphs are actually showing me the variation, the relationship between a particular pair of cryptocurrencies. But which particular pair of cryptocurrencies do I want? I want the pair ULTIMA USDT, because I'm trying to make use of USDTs to get ULTIMA tokens. So I have to come in here and make the choice. So once I click here, I come to this section, search. I type in the ULTIMA. Now it's already displayed to me. You see the pair ULTIMAs of USDT. I simply click on it. Now this is a graph that is showing me the relationship between the two coins, or the two cryptocurrencies, sorry. Now what do I do from here? When I observe in the market right now, I realize that the price of one ULTIMA token is selling at $10,070.6. $10,070.6. You can as well consult it from here, where you see price in USDTs. It's selling at the moment at $10,070.6. That's the price for one. Now I'm trying to buy a certain quantity of coins that will permit me to be able to load a light farm. I'm trying to load a light farm for somebody. Now, if I come to maybe the person's account, this is the person's name right here. Remember, when you're logging into the account, you have to make use of the ULTIMA Farm website. So you simply go to the ULTIMA Farm website, and definitely at the top, right, you are going to see the person's name displayed here. That's the case where you are making use of a laptop. Then you come down to this drop-down arrow. To this drop-down arrow, you have several community cryptocurrencies here. Make sure that your choice is actually standing on Farming ULTIMA. In case you clicked on it, or maybe in case you logged into this account and you realize that here it is indicating Farming PLC UX, know that you have to click on this drop-down arrow and select Farming ULTIMA. Once it is standing on Farming ULTIMA with this responsibility indicator showing here, it means that you are at the right place. So you simply scroll down, you check the capacity of the farm. By every indication, this person surely bought a light farm. So this is a light ULTIMA token farm that the person bought, and the person is trying to load it. You see this pointer still pointing to this 0, showing that the farm is still empty. The farm is not loaded yet. That's the more reason why you see use maximum load is still showing 0 here. Means that the entire capacity is still left empty. Nothing has been loaded inside, which is exactly what you're trying to do. So what do you do next? You simply scroll right down. You go very far down. Here, you come to the section ULTIMA Farming Units. This is the only possible farming unit that this person can buy, which corresponds to the person's farm capacity. So this is exactly what needs to be bought, or rather, this is the farming unit that can be purchased, for the filling of this farm at this time. So what do I do from here? I simply click on purchase. I click on purchase. I give it some time. It's going to display a certain window to give me a possibility to continue from there. Okay. At this point, what do I do? Of course, there is only one payment gateway, which is through the ULTIMA token itself. So I simply click here and I click the checkbox. I click on purchase. Once that is done, I'm going to see the QR code that is going to be displayed with an address below. This is what I find here. Now, seeing this one, this is the address to which I need to pay the ULTIMA tokens. Once I pay in the ULTIMA tokens to this to this address, then automatically the farm is going to be loaded with the 0.01 ULTIMA tokens, which are actually needed to do the max loading of the farm. So what do I do from here? I simply copy this address here, but I'll be copying it to where? To COINSBIT. If I'm bringing it to COINSBIT, it therefore means I already bought ULTIMA tokens, so much so that I'll be able to transfer them into this address. But as of now, I haven't bought the ULTIMA tokens as yet. Why I display this one is simply because you need to, first of all, know the quantity of ULTIMA tokens that you need to pay in here. Now, this one is showing 0.01, but this is not all, because it is going to be a transaction fee, and the transaction fee is usually 0.00025. So if you make the addition of 0.00025 with 0.01, that should give you 0.01025. So that's the total quantity of coins that I need to pay in here. If you go to your COINSBIT account and you type just the exact amount, 0.01, know that this transaction is not going to go through because you have not considered the transaction charge. If you pay just this amount, then the transaction charge will be extracted from it. And that means you are going to be paying an amount which is not up to the required value. And for that reason, the loading of your farm is not going to go through. It will be suspended. And the only thing you can do from there is to request the company to make a refund. And to have that refund go through, it might take up to a week. So you really need to be careful with the way you are doing the payment. So, like I said before, always make sure no matter the package, no matter the farm you want to load, always look at this value displayed, and then to this value add 0.00025 to it, meaning 3 zeros after the decimal point, then 25. So you add 0.00025 to the amount that you would have seen displayed here for all the packages, irrespective of the farm. Always make sure you add that fixed transaction fee to it. If you don't do it, then your transaction is not going to go through, and it's going to complicate the entire process for you. So what do? I have to go back to COINSBIT and do the purchase of the ULTIMA tokens. So right now in this account, like you can see here, what is the total amount in this account? 105.0628 USDT. So I need to make use of this. Now the question here is, how many ULTIMA tokens do I need to transfer to that address, so much so that it takes into consideration the transaction fee? Like I already told you, what we have seen displayed, under this QR code is 0.01. So what do I do here? I simply come to COINSBIT. I put, normally I should have typed 0.01. But if I do it, like I said, the transaction fee is not included. It will be extracted from this amount. And that means my transaction is not going to go through. So to this 0.01, I need to add 0.00025. So if I add 0.00025 to this 0.01, then the total is going to give me 0.01025. So this is the total that I'm supposed to transfer into that account. So if this is the quantity of ULTIMA tokens that I need to transfer, in here into this QR code that is displayed to me, so much so that that light pack is actually bought and loaded, or rather, that light pack is actually fully loaded, then this is the corresponding amount in dollars that I need to spend out of this $105. Remember, the total in this account is $105. And this is the quantity of ULTIMA tokens that I need to max load that light farm. At this point, when one ULTIMA token is selling at 10,070.6, the price is always here. Make sure you consult the price. Here, the actual price is 10,080. So you have to come back here and you correct it manually. 10,080. 10,080. So at the rate of 10,080, if I need this quantity of ULTIMA tokens, then this is the exact amount in dollars that will be extracted out of this total quantity that I have. So once this is done, and I actually have this entire quantity found in here, it therefore means that I can actually make use of, or that I can actually buy or purchase this quantity of ULTIMA tokens. So what do I do from here? I simply come to the option market, because right now it's pointing to limit. I don't want to set a limit order here. So I go directly to market, means that I want to buy the ULTIMA tokens directly at this present market price. So what do I do from here? I simply come in here and type 103 point maybe $2. I don't remember the exact value that we saw there. Okay, let us go back to it. Let's go back to ULTIMA and check. So I need to pay in this amount. I'll just copy it directly from here. So I copy this amount, then I go to market, then I paste the amount here. I'm going to paste it here. So this is the amount that I need to pay to be able to get the quantity of ULTIMA tokens that I need, which I already take into consideration the transaction fee. Once this is done, I simply click on buy. Once I click on buy, it gives me this option. I click on confirm. Good. You see the amount displayed here. See 0.00. Now, to see the exact amount, I simply go back to wallet. I click on wallet. Just click on wallet simply. Then you go to balance. Click on balance. Once you click on balance, just give it some time. Okay, it's displayed here. Now, what do you see? You are going to find this total amount 0.0148 and so on. It's because this account already had a small quantity of ULTIMA tokens inside. So what I've just got, I simply added itself to this little quantity that was inside. That's why we're having this total. Now, having this total here, what is the total amount that is needed to be able to do the max loading of this light farm? This is the quantity added to the 0.00025 as, the transaction fee. So I'm simply going to copy this address from here. Once I click on this, the address has been copied. I move to the COINSBIT account. This is the COINSBIT account here. So this is the ULTIMA token section. Under this ULTIMA token section, I go to withdraw. I click on withdraw. Then it's going to ask me to specify an address. I simply click here and I paste the address which I just copied from the ULTIMA farm section page to load the coins into. Now, what is the amount that I'm going to type in here? The total quantity needed is 0.01025, like I already explained. Now, to be sure that you got the amount right, what will be displayed here after the transaction fee from here would have been extracted? The remainder should give you the exact amount as you see on this page, which is what? 0.01. So it means that after the transaction fee has been extracted from this amount, the total that is left is 0.01. So before you continue to click on withdraw, always make sure that after inputting this amount here, with this transaction fee deducted from it, the total balance that is left corresponds exactly to what you see here. If it doesn't correspond to it, then you have to make sure that you correct it. You have to make sure that you correct it before you click on withdraw. Because if you don't, let's say you saw something like 0.00, maybe 2 zeros after the decimal point, and then 9. If you continue with that transaction, know that it will not go through and it will complicate the process for you. So always make sure that after that deduction is done, you're actually left here with the exact balance as shown on the or under this QR code. It's very important. Now, in this case, we are seeing that it is actually displaying the right amount. So what do I do next? I click on withdraw. Now, once I click on withdraw, it's going to pass through the Google Authenticator. So I'm going to consult the Google Authenticator that is protecting this particular COINSBIT account. Just give me a moment. Let me get to code. Okay, I have it right here. So I'm going to put in the code 6064. Okay. Oh, it's showing wrong authenticator. All right, let me see. Maybe I've got this one. I didn't get it right. So you have 612640. It's still showing wrong. It means something. Oh, sorry. This is not the Google Authenticator code. Sorry. This one is sent directly to the Gmail. It goes directly to the Gmail. It's a mistake. It's not from the Google Authenticator. So you have to go to the Gmail. Go to the Gmail. The code has been sent to the Gmail account. So I'm going to go there and I copy the code from there. So the authenticating code is sent rather to the Gmail account, not to Google Authenticator. So I simply inputted 399563. All right, it's going to go through this time. It's going to go through this time. Perfect. Now, once you see it showing, you will get 0. It means that the transaction has gone through. And for you to make that further confirmation, simply come back to wallet. You go and check the quantity of ULTIMA tokens that are left. You see that this one, we are now left with 0.00. There are now 2 zeros after the decimal point to tell you that the right amount that we needed to pay into this QR code has gone through this one. Now, once that is done, make sure that you stay on this page. Do not move a muscle from this page. You must stay on it until you see this waiting for transaction disappears from here. And you see this color here changes into green. Once this color changes into green, then you know that you are just a few seconds away from completing the process. So make sure you stay on this page. Do not for any reason interrupt this page. Do not interrupt this page. So you have to stay on it. It might take quite some few seconds or even up to a minute or more, depending on the strength of your network connectivity. So there are several parameters that can contribute to determine the time over which you have to wait before the transaction goes through. So you just need to exercise some patience. Let's exercise some patience here for the transaction to go through. Okay, like you can see here, it is showing congratulations, congratulations, meaning the entire quantity of tokens was fully received, you know, in that through that address into which we did the payment. So what do I do from here? I simply click on go to ULTIMA Farm. Go to ULTIMA Farm. Once you see congratulations displayed there, know that the loading was successful. And that's the more reason why. Remember, before now, this pointer was actually pointing to this position here, showing that was the initial position. And where is the pointer pointing to now? Here, meaning that the farm is fully loaded. Further confirmation of that, the total max load was 0.01. Available max load means the empty space that you see have to load is showing what here? 0, meaning that I don't have any empty space left. Use maximum load means the maximum space that you have used or the space that you have used so far. I mean, to do the loading is 0.01, which corresponds to this maximum space. This is to confirm that your farm is fully loaded. The farm is fully loaded. So you can only be expecting your monthly payments. Can only be expecting a monthly payment, and the total quantity of ULTIMA tokens that shall be paid to you will stand at 0.072. This is the total quantity that shall be minted to this person's account. Then the 60% withdrawal, in other words, 1% daily withdrawal will be appearing here. And the 40% that is left or that is kept in the savings account, which you can use for the upgrading, you will be seeing that quantity here. Every month, the 40% extraction will be sent here. and the 60% extraction will be sent here. So this one is showing you the total quantity that you have frozen. So these are the few steps you need to follow to be able to do the max loading of your ULTIMA token farm. Hope you have understood this and you'll be able to follow the same procedure to max load any other farm with a different size, probably different from this one. So the procedure is entirely the same. Hope you actually learned something from here. ULTIMA token, time is now.